Welcome to Claw Talk. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Giving me y'all eyes and ears on this lovely Sunday. Appreciate everybody showing love and keeping the wheels going. I'm always knock these out, man. Y'all ain't gotta worry about me. Um, this is a topic I wanted to do the very first, but I had so much going on the first 2-3 weeks. I felt, it wasn't normalized for me to do this yet, but the time has come. So this week we'll talk about confidence. Boy, oh boy, this is not the mouth y'all need to hear from, but we gotta establish something because I see a lot of people not getting a job done just because they don't believe or they being told by somebody to do it or they don't have a genuine interest in it, which wouldn't be their true purpose of doing it. You better off having somebody else do it. So we'll go to the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 35 through 36. Therefore, do not throw away your confidence, which has a great reward, for you have a need of endurance, so that when you have done the will of God, you may receive what is promised. Therefore, do not throw away your confidence, which has a great reward, for you have a need of endurance, so that when you have done the will of God, you may receive what is promised. So this is kind of cool. So it's an easy way to say, like, yo, if you believe in yourself, if you have any sort of group of faith, any sort of idea of what you want to do in life, or people that have given you guidance and pushed you to do that at a high level and you believe, please go do that. Because that's something that's really missing in people's motives and why people are who they are and why they do what they do. A lot of times you just need that little push, or you need to see it done in front of you. But sometimes you don't have that opportunity. So, my upbringing, I got put on to a lot of basketball, a lot of music, a lot of just a lot of religion, a lot of Christianity. And, I think, shout out to my parents for giving me that clear mind of what should be done with that mindset, with this information, and what should not be done with this mindset and this information. So it's always important to know the other side of the coin when you're doing with something that's so opinion based. And that's most of the problem. So you only get, oh, you'd be good doing this. Like you could do this, like I'm rooting for you, rather than these are the pros to doing this, especially when it comes to doing something in God's eyes. These are the pros to doing this. Now, you got to know these are the cons of doing this. And if it was that easy, everybody would do it. So you got to understand, if you're going to lock in with this, you got to lock in, strap up, because this ain't for everybody. And people think, oh, if he can do it, I can do it. Sure. But we all have different routes. We all have different callings. So make sure that you're doing what is in God's purpose, what's in your purpose to do. And there's no real way to tell that. There's no real way to tell that. The only way to be able to know that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing in God's eyes is to take that leap, take that jump. And if you're going to take it with some sort of assertiveness that I'm supposed to be here. Not that I feel like I got as much knowledge as everybody else here. I feel like I can compete with y'all. It's not about competing. It's not about none of that. It's about making sure that if I'm going to do this walk, my eyes are facing forward, I'm not looking backwards, and my feet are moving forward, I'm not moving backwards. It's all about being confident in your work and having some sort of pride in what you're doing. If you have easy confidence and you have easy pride and can't nobody tell you nothing about what you're doing, you found it. You found it. And that's super important. You can't hoop at a high level without being confident, because they will be talking crazy. You can't coach at a high level because you will be coaching across somebody that, that the players are playing for, and it's not much you can do about that. Can't make music in this world without being confident, because if I'm so worried about what everybody expects of me, I'm so worried about my end goal with this, I got to focus on my task today, knowing that I do have this coming down the road, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. What is in front of me now is what is to be conquered today. Brick a day, brick a day. You're not going to build Rome tomorrow. So you got to lock in with everything that's in front of you and take it on head on. There's no other way that you can do it. There's no other way you can do it. And at the end of the day, it's the only way to feel proud of yourself. I can go out and do something and do it easily. Quick, easy. Oh, good job. You did your thing, man. Proud of you. You know, I knew you could do it. Whole time back in your mind, man, I'm only doing this because they want me to. I'm only doing this because I know I can do it, and it killed time. No, 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 no. You want to make sure that everything that you do in this world is according to your purpose. And like I said, that's all within. That's all within, and it's within for you. Excuse me. It's for you. It's not for anybody else. It's for you. It's for you, which is super important. So the second verse, we'll go to the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that for who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. So this twines into a little bit more of, the definition of confidence. It can be more of a feeling, which is, a lot of people second guess themselves in this world because of all of the negative things that go around us. And we don't want to necessarily be that one to take that change, be that change. It's okay to be the first person to incorporate change. Like you gotta believe in yourself before anybody else can believe in you. So if you feel a way about something, you don't know who else feels that way. You don't know who else has that mentality. You don't know who else agrees with you. And you shouldn't do anything because, I hold Bob in a high regard and Bob rocks with this. So let me for the sake of me and Bob, let me go do it. Nah, because everybody sounds smart to somebody. And those are the yes men, the yes women. Those are the worst friendships to have. I hope I'm not going too off track, but this is super important. You have these groups of friends, you have these people who will give you advice on how they feel you should approach these situations. A lot of my gripes that I have with people these days are, you don't have that mindset. You don't feel this way because you feel this way. You feel this way because your homegirl said you should go about it this way. And yes, because she's been through it. Granted, I don't take advice from people who haven't been through what I'm trying to accomplish. Half of that is, how did they get that answer? And why do they feel so strongly about it? Why are they here helping me with that? They could be anywhere in the world, but they chose to be here with me. The one who deems to be next up. The one who deems to be locked in. This is what I want to do. Now, why? Sally may have a little twist on it that completely blanks the purpose or completely blanks the joy or the love that you may have for that specific topic or whatever you're going 100% for. It just depends. It really depends. And that's one thing you have to be cautious for. You may have that friend in your circle that's going to lead you astray, run you off track because they have a certain tie to what you're doing, and it could flip everything upside down. And it is normal to be led astray, to be led wrong by a friend. Not everybody does everything for the same purpose, for the same reason, and do not expect people to. So that's why you have to be super careful on getting other people's word, other people's advice, because they may not always be in the best interest for you, and they may not always be in the best interest of the purpose that you have to serve in the modern day world. And it gets tricky out there. So somebody's opinion based on how they feel about something is dangerous, super dangerous. So you got to be careful about that. And, I'll wrap it up on this because I don't want to beat this mentality into somebody's head. It's it's something that you have to go through to gain from. So I'll say it in the way of just belief. It's the same way that you have belief for God, the same way that you have belief for your faith, the same way that you have belief in everyone around you. It's the same way you have to believe in yourself. That should come first. Your belief in you should come first. It should be a plus that everybody else believes in you, rocks with you. I mean, that may make it easier, but don't dictate your mindset, don't dictate your mentality off of what everybody else presents around you. That is the last way to go about it. You want to make sure that if you're going to attack something, if you have good intention for something, it's for a good reason and it comes from a good place. It comes from, okay, you have these people that gave you this knowledge, not that you have people that see you can create change here, because they may want you to create change for a completely different reason for what God wants you to create change for. And that's you staying true to yourself, that's you staying true to your faith, and that's you staying true to everybody around you that got you here and that gave you the information, the mentality to succeed. Super important, super important. So when you say your prayers this week, hashtag when you say your prayers, make sure it aligns with everything that you feel shaky about in life and everything that's not going your way. Sometimes when things don't go your way, you weren't meant for that. I got a situation in front of me now where it's like, man, I can't catch a break. It seems like it's, if it's not this, it's that. With this specific field, with this specific goal, this specific walk that I'm walking, I got God with me. What's going left? I got Pop supported, Moms was with it, Killer supported. What's going left? But I'm having a hard time understanding that this may not be the time. There is such thing as right idea, wrong time. Maybe this time period of your life, God has a different purpose for you, or he has a different walk for you to walk. And that's up for time to tell. There's no real way to tell that. But the only thing I can do is put my head down and lock in, go 1,000,000%. And then I look up and see the score, and hopefully it's where I needed to be at, hopefully where I wanted to be at. Because my purpose, or what I think my purpose is, isn't always what God wants my purpose to be. I mean, this is what I'm locked in on, because I have such great relationships and such great knowledge and such interest that not a lot of people can tell me anything about this. And the relationships that I've created and how far I've gotten will not distract me from the fact that not all road is all 100% smooth and sailing. Some roads have gravel on them, some holes have potholes, and you can't expect it to not be any sort of bumpy ride. And that's what I'm learning. That's definitely what is arising in my mental, as I go through these days, stacked days, and understand that, this may dieter, but this is improving, and I can't ignore this. I may be bent on this, but I can't ignore this. It's for the taking. It's for the taking. People need help. People need help. And that's my, not to sound like a superhero, but if I can, and it's more so sacrificing yourself. That's pretty much what confidence is. I'm sacrificing everything in front of me to say, man, this lane could use a lot of help. This lane could use a lot of help, and I have a lot of skill here. I got a lot of experience here to where nobody could tell me anything. If I'm going to go in and change everything and do everything in my power to change this because you feel like change is needed, go for it. Go for it. 100,000,000% go for it. Keep God first, prepare for the worst, and understand that everything you do confidently, you will succeed. It may be the wrong idea, it may be the wrong time, but you will succeed mentally, and that's important. You can fail at a lot of things. Did you succeed up top? Yeah. Chalk it as a win. Life may not chalk it as a win, but you should feel confident in the mentality that God gave you to pursue or to have the mindset to change whatever you want to change. You can do anything you want in this world as long as it has positive intent and God is with you. So that's what I got for this week. Confidence, locking in, not letting anybody else around you dictate how you feel, and locking in on what you feel your purpose is, and you never know until you go 100% at it. So appreciate y'all ears, appreciate y'all time, appreciate everything that, the support and everything that's coming my way. It doesn't go unnoticed. A day don't go by with me locking in with people that feel like I'm doing something for them, and that's, super important and cool to know that I'm doing for people. So continue to lock in. Shout out Michigan for getting the win over Northwestern yesterday. I don't even want to talk about them right now, but I hope your teams do well this lovely Sunday. God bless.